All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's Malzberg panel time, and joining us on the panel, we welcome back Brad Hirschfield, president of CLAL and author of You Don't Have to Be Wrong for Me to Be Right, and Adam Thompson, senior partner with the law offices of Adam M. Thompson, criminal defense attorney and syndicated talk show host. All right, let me start with you, Brad. Donald Trump now says he's going to give a series of speeches. He's given his delegate counters a bigger role in the campaign, and he's warning Cruz that the establishment is using him. And isn't the establishment using Cruz when you have people like Lindsey Graham and Jeb Bush and Mitt Romney supporting Cruz when they know he can't win the 1, 2, 3, 7 before the convention?
Well, I don't think they're using him, and I don't think that Donald Trump should be too concerned about him either. I think the real issue for the Donald is the Donald. It seems to me the only one, there's only two ways he's going to not get the nomination. One is he defeats himself and keeps racking up bad weeks and has defeats. I don't think that's likely to happen. But the math may defeat him here, and I do think there's a real shot. Cruz, no Cruz, Kasich, no Kasich, that we're going to an open convention. Donald Trump has consistently won in the neighborhood of 42 to 46% of the votes each time. He would need 66% of the remaining delegates in order to go to the convention at 1237. I don't think that's likely to happen. I do think it's likely to be a brokered convention. We will see what happens then and there.
Yeah, Adam, I think it's more like 60%, and Cruz would need 90. Of course, Kasich would need 125%. But let's talk about.
It sounds like the producers. We sold 125% of the delegates. Listen,
the producers of the Republican convention in Cleveland.
Really, with the exception of Trump. Kasich has no business being in this campaign any further. There's no way in any calculation, as you just said, he would need 125% of remaining. It just can't happen. But yet here he is getting funding, getting money to stay in. Why? You have to ask that question. Why? The answer is obvious. They want him and Cruz both in for the pure reason to derail Trump from getting the delegates that he needs to secure the nomination so that they can go into an open convention. And believe me, they're going to push Kasich and Cruz to the side and pick their own inside guy that they want and exclude all these other people. These guys are puppets being used. They're actually fools for allowing it to happen.
Yeah, all right. Now, we know New York a little better than most other people watching outside of New York, of course. That is going to should be easy for Donald Trump. He's up. He's got about a 27-point lead over Kasich in New York in the polls. Of course, that's coming up on the 19th of April. And he leads Cruz. Cruz only has 19% to Trump's 50-something. And on the Democrat side, Brad, let's talk about both of them. Hillary leads Bernie, but I got to tell you, Bernie had 18,000 people in the Bronx the other day. He's planning more such rallies where they say he's going to have 10,000, 20,000 people. And Hillary is looking to skate on her. She was the senator here. She's got a good ground game here, and her apparatus is set up here. How do you see New York shaping up for each candidate?
It's hard for me to see how Donald Trump does not take New York. It really is. You pointed out the numbers. Even beyond that, I think there's an appeal for him here in New York across a wide range of places. I think it's his to lose, and I don't think he's going to lose it. I think with Hillary, it's a much more open question, though I don't see how Bernie wins. I can see how Bernie wins New York City, but not how he wins New York State. And the two are very different. I think that New York City might go to Bernie Sanders, but I don't think the Democrats across the state are where he is, and I think Hillary is going to end up with New York State. But again, Bernie took Wisconsin last night, and that was far from assured. So I don't think this is over by any stretch of the imagination for Hillary Clinton. And every time she laughs that nervous laugh, she is cueing the world that she knows.
Do we have that laugh, guys? Do we have that laugh? If we have that laugh, just feel free to. Okay, we don't have it.
We've heard it all before, though, so just imagine it.
She was on CNN today, and she gave two classic cackles. And the interviewer, who I think was Cuomo, he wasn't laughing. He was serious, and she's laughing. Anyway, Adam, go ahead.
Trump in a landslide is not even going to be close. The two other guys combined won't even be half of what he secures. He might even hit 60% in New York, Trump, for the all-time high of any of these primaries. I actually think Bernie is going to end up taking New York over Hillary. People forget Bernie's raised in Brooklyn, 18 years in Brooklyn, okay? He's a New Yorker by heart. Clinton only came there to try to run for an office to get elected because she thought she would be able to do that.
Wait a minute. Hey, Adam, Hillary just heard what you said. Hold on a second. Go ahead.
ISIS, I'll figure out where I interrogate them. Very strong words. Your response to that idea?
I mean, it's just ludicrous on the face of it.
Yeah, Adam, that's what she had to say about you.
And remember, I think Bernie will absolutely carry New York City. People don't think he may carry the suburbs or upstate. Remember, New York is going to be one of the few states that is actually going to implement $15 minimum wage.
All right, and you remember, in the words of Larry David playing Bernie, some people running in this race have 3 pair of new underwear. I have 1 pair. All right, guys. Thank you very much, Brett Hirschfield, Adam Thompson. Up next, former Secret Service agent Dan Bongino weighs in on keeping these candidates safe and more. Don't go away.